Welcome to the Spiritual Sisters podcast. Hey everyone, it's Gabrielle Celeste.
Hi guys, did you miss me? I'm back again because I missed you. It's Brianna. How is everybody?
Hello. Okay, Brianna, so we're going to do a quick check-in and then should we just start off and say what we're actually speaking to in this episode? Because I actually don't think I came up with the idea. You did.
I came up with it this time, which is very weird.
She's very sad, double Virgo. What are we talking about?
We are going to talk about the differences between each month's zodiac sign. So, for example, with Aries, how there's the March Aries, and then there's an April Aries, or the June Cancer, or the July Cancer, because those are definitely different. So, yeah, I had to have the astrology queen come up with the sides for it so I can hear, because I thought of the idea, but I'm going to not drive. I'm still gonna vibe.
Brianna's adding the comedic relief aspect of it because there is actually an astrological reason as to why a June Cancer is different than a July Cancer, and that can be said for any of the sun signs. So we're focusing on the sun signs specifically. Before we get there, we're going to do a quick check-in. Brianna, we talked about if you were going to share this or not. Do you want to?
Yeah, that's fine. It's official. We are moving. We're going back to sunny California. And Mom is getting her absolute dream to be a full-time grandma. Yeah. Which is sad because we're leaving up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I do love it. But, I mean, California is always home, but Oregon is also home, too. So it's hard. I mean, I'm leaving people, going down to our family down there, leaving family up here. So it's a double-ended sword, but we're excited. It's something that we have to do, and it's right for our family. So we're coming back to California.
She's going back to Cali. Is this actually, because we do have a lot of Oregonian listeners, is this their first time finding out once they listen to this next week?
No, they know. Oh, they all know. Okay. Yeah, we've dropped the news a while ago in the respect of potentially happening, but once we finally got the word, then we let everybody that we knew in our close circle that it was actually happening.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely bittersweet, but it's time.
What's crazy is we've been up here for 10 years. 10 years, and we grew up. I was 21 when we moved up here. Yeah. Shit, how old am I going to be this year? 32? Yeah, 32.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think we're all super excited for you to come back.
I think so too.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, do I move back home?
Guys,
move closer to home?
I'm dragging Gabby's ass with me for the road trip back down.
We're thinking about doing a freaking vlog hour by the hour for that 16-hour drive whenever it is that we're doing that. 16-hour drive with the amount of time that I will need to stop. But you know what?
Yes.
I am a skilled squatter.
16-hour drive because Gabby has the bladder of a toddler. It is awful.
It is so bad. It's the least attractive thing about me. I'm sure there's other things, but...
and they're little tinkles. They're not even a full pee. I can hold it. I'm pretty sure I'm a camel and I can hold my pee for so long. Gabby, no.
You know what it is, right?
What?
It's the cortisol and the parasites. That come alive during the full moon. You know how many emails and text messages I got about the parasites? People not knowing that it comes alive. I know.
Gross.
Here's the thing. Everyone has them.
I know everybody has them, and it's just disgusting to know that they come alive at night. Ugh. No.
You're welcome. You can't unknow it. You can't unknow it.
No.
Well, that's a great check-in. I know we had one of our mutual friends message you, and she's like, "Is this happening?" You're like, "Yep."
I know. I don't want to talk about it until it was official, and then I think it's been almost 3 weeks since we officially got the word that we are going to be moving. So, yeah. It's a big move.
It's happening, and it's happening fast.
What's crazy is the fact that we kind of this is way off topic from what we're talking about, but we kind of manifested that this was going to happen because we were eventually going to move back. We just didn't know when. Mm-hmm. We kept on talking about it. And then unfortunate events happened. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, we're actually moving back to California now. We didn't think this was going to happen for like another 5 years. Mm-hmm. Come to find out that it's happening within a month and a half. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
What happens when you're in alignment? So
shit, I guess so.
Well, now I'm excited. I'm like, do I move back closer to home?
Damn right.
Do I become an LA bitch instead of a San Diego bitch? I don't know.
Guess we'll see.
We'll see. Well, okay, I'm going to make my check-in quick. This is, I would say, a podcast episode lining up to the tarot course I'm going to be dropping in the next couple months. I think that feels like the next, I don't know, possibly correct move in terms of what I want to create. But Brianna and I are still coming off of like the 40 videos that we recorded. But in addition to that, I do think at some point I'm going to be moving away from readings, and I'm like, well, I might as well teach people how I do my readings and then kind of move on to the next thing. I'm very much that Capricorn energy within me in my birth chart. So we'll see, but it's too fresh to speak to. But oh my gosh, you guys, I think I was heated last week. Heated. If you're watching YouTube and you're looking at Brianna's face, we're not going to speak to the details because it's too fresh. But I was like, oh, the next level, that like cunty cancer that's within me. I like to call it a calculated cunty cancer or cunty cancer. She like came out to play, and she might still be coming out. I don't know. But I saw like another side of myself where it's like, all right, she's about to be unleashed. Unleash the beast.
It was bad. I always call it corporate Gabby. I love when corporate Gabby comes
out. You know what it kind of reminds me of? You know when like Khloe Kardashian loses her shit?
Yes.
It's like that because we're both cancers. Mm-hmm. And we're both June cancers, which we're going to speak to.
Ooh, okay. Are we going to go?
Yep, we're going to go. All right. So, Brianna, the astrological reason as to why sun signs are different. They're the same, but they're different because people are born under like different months, like June versus July, is because of what is called decans or decanates or decanates. Depends on how you say it. I say decans. It's just easier. But this is not to be confused with being born on the cusp. Have you ever heard people say like, oh, I was born on the cusp. I'm both.
Yeah, I actually think I have. But hey guys, I actually took notes on this one, so I'm not fully vibing. I might tune in or jump in every once in a while and add my notes. With Gabby's.
Brianna's gonna be the comedic relief for this. I was like, Brianna, just like say something funny because like I'm not the funny one. I'm just kind of here. But I definitely think that that's where Brianna's gonna come in. But what I wanted to say is the reason that decans on the cusp are different. The cusp applies. That is why birth time is so important. Say you're born on June 21st, right? Mm-hmm. You could either be a Gemini sun or a Cancer sun. And that is what the difference between being born on the cusp. Whereas with decans, it is pretty much like there's 3 different flavors to the same sign. And it's because every sign is broken up into like 1/3. They're divided by groups of 10 within the 3 groups of 10. And it's because there's about like 30 days within each constellation. So like 30 days to Aries season, 30 days to Taurus, to Gemini, and so forth, right? So decans or decanants, it comes from the Greek word, which is dekanoi, dekanoi, which means 10 days apart, right? Mm-hmm. Fun fact, this is one of my really good friends. Shout out to Angel Kelly. She's been on the podcast before, and I've been on hers. She's moving to Greece, actually. And Greeks,
cool.
She's like literally on a flight at time of recording. Greeks considered the Delphi, which is like this accumulation of like this rock center, very holy, very historic, very spiritual. They considered that to be the center of the world. And I'm just like, damn, like the Greeks really knew where it was at, right? But the Greeks, they based this whole decanoi concept based off of the Egyptians, because the Egyptian year originally had 360 days, and they realized that it was wrong, and so they added an additional 5 days, but they based the decans off of 12 months with 30 days, which is where the subgroups of the 3 of 10 come into, right? So just consider like every sign to have like it's a room or it's a house. Every sign is a house, right? But within that house, there's 3 different rooms. So you get like a flavor and then you get like a sub flavor.
You keep talking about flavors, and I think of it being like in thirds is the Neapolitan ice cream.
Yeah, it says that's literally what it is. That's actually quite on point. So it doesn't change like the characteristics. Like you're still a Gemini, but like you get that additional sub flavor of like, oh, maybe there's a little bit of Aries in you, or maybe there's a little bit of Virgo. It's kind of stuff like that. So like you have one main ruler, and then you have a sub ruler when it comes to the planets. So for example, we'll start with Aries. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Is it making sense?
Yeah, no, I get it. You get a little bit of the seasoning into it.
Uh-huh.
I get it. I know what you're trying to say.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with the decans of Aries. Decans, decans, really just depends on how you want to say it. And I'm basing it off of this book here. The only astrology book you'll ever need. Everything is literally in there. So I'm reading, or if it seems like I'm reading, it's because I am.
Joke's on you. I use ChatGPT. We'll see how accurate it is, but that is my best friend.
Well, we'll see, right? Okay, so the decanates of Aries. So the first decanate is considered to be March 21st, spring equinox, through March 31st. And a key word that could be related to this specific 10-day period is inspiration, and the planetary subruler is Mars, and Aries actually rules over Mars. So what you're going to find is that the first 10 days of the sign is actually ruled by the main ruler as we speak to this. So that is the first decan. The second one is April 1st through April 10th. And the sub-ruler for this section is the sun, and a keyword associated with those dates is innovation. And then finally, before we get to you sharing the difference between a March Aries and an April Aries, so April 11th through April 19th, and mind you, these dates do change just a little bit depending on if we have a leap year, if the sun's, in some particular place, but give or take, it's around these dates are accurate. So a word that's associated with that decan, the third decan, is foresight, and the planetary subruler is Jupiter.
Okay. So now my notes are, so the March is, Aries in March is more raw and reactive and quick to take action. Agree with that? And then the April one is, they're bold, they're optimistic, they can be dramatic, but they can also be adventurous and creative.
Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that too.
You know what I think about Aries?
Oh gosh, what?
I was talking with my girlfriend. She was like, these Aries men, she's going to listen to this. These Aries men, they're just like so dirty and like horny and just like scumbaggish. And I'm like, you know what? Aries men, yeah, I agree.
I'm trying to think if I know any Aries men. I don't think I do.
No? Okay.
Well, your face says it all.
No, I just was thinking, I was like, do I? No, but I don't think so. At least that's escaping me right now. Okay, Taurus. That's like truly one of my favorite signs. I collect Turians. All right, so the first decanate of Taurus is April 20th through April 30th. And a word associated with this decan is acquisition, and the planetary ruler is Venus. Venus rules over Taurus. The second decan is May 1st through May 10th. And a word associated with the second decan is evaluation. And this decan of Taurus is ruled over by Mercury. And then the third decan is, or decan, is May 11th through May 20th. And a word associated with that decan is determination. And the planetary ruler is Saturn.
Okay.
So what's the difference between an April versus a May Taurus?
So the April one, they say, is like a classical Taurus. So they're sensual, relaxed, peaceful. Yeah, I don't know about that. And then the May is more intellectual, communicative, and strategic. I can see the strategic side.
Oh, 100%. I think every May Taurus I know,
they're so strategic.
Highly skilled with their business acumen.
Yeah.
Totally. I was thinking about, and by the way, you're still a Taurus. Like, you're still an Aries, you're still a Taurus. You still have all of those characteristics, but because they're broken up into decans, you have that extra flavor, if you will. And then in addition to that, before we go to the sign of Gemini, every decan in the zodiac actually is associated with a specific tarot card.
No way.
So that's pretty cool. Teaching my course. Yep. So you can use the tarot for timing because astrology and the tarot go hand in hand.
Oh, that's really cool.
I learned that one the hard way. I was like, oh, this seems... Yeah, it's like a whole thing, which if you purchase my upcoming course, you'll find all about it, and you can learn how to do a reading. And guess what, guys? It's going to be cheaper than an actual reading with me.
Ooh. There's the getter.
There you go. No, I was thinking about a guy that I dated that was a Taurus that I told you about. He ended up getting married like soon after, and I was like, do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Of course I remember that. When you crashed out. That's fine.
I didn't crash out.
A little bit. It's fine. Everyone crashes out now and then.
It was ego. And what did they call it? I'm the female version of whatever that guy's name that basically they date.
Good Luck Chuck?
Yeah, the female version of Good Luck Chuck. Because everyone gets married after me. Whatever.
That's fine.
You're lost. Okay. He was a Taurus. Yeah. Okay, so the decans of Gemini. So the first one is May 21st through May 31st. A word associated with them is, or for this section, is ingenuity, and they're ruled by Mercury. So Mercury does rule over Gemini. The second decan is June 1st through June 2nd. A word is union. Keyword is union, and their planetary subruler is Venus. I just want to say about this decan, everyone that I know that's born under that specific decan they're so stylish. So stylish. And you know who's one of them? Our uncle.
I was going to say, is it our uncle?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Makes sense.
It makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Then there's also the third decan, which is June 11th through June 20th. Not quite. And a keyword is reasonable, and which is funny. Their planetary subruler is Uranus, which is the planet of unpredictability. So, Brianna, thoughts on May versus June Geminis? I think Gemini's one of your favorite
funny
signs.
That you said unpredictable. So May is like your pure Gemini. They're fast, they're funny, they're mentally sharp. But the June is the charming, the artistic, the idealistic, and the unpredictable.
Yeah.
Which checks out.
June
for
Geminis,
sure.
June Geminis are different.
Absolutely. I dated a June Gemini and it was definitely unpredictable.
I think if you would had to like take all the 12 signs and you were to compare like, okay, what would be the biggest contrast between a sun sign born in the different months? It would be Gemini. Like May Gemini versus a June Gemini. Yeah. There's something to it.
Yeah, there is. Absolutely.
Okay, next sign, best sign.
Oh gosh. The most emotional sign. The one that crashes out the most.
But don't you just love to be entertained? Like, man, when I go crazy, you're not going to be bored.
No, you won't. Get your popcorn, sit down. It's good.
When Corporate Gab comes out,
I love Corporate Gab.
Lost my cool there for a second. It was like rage all day Friday. It was dumb.
It was. Okay. It was bad, guys. It was so bad. I think my phone was dinging off the hook because she was just angry texting me, and I can just picture her little fingers going 1,000 miles a minute just texting me.
Can you tell when I'm angry texting you?
Yes, because you fire like 7 text messages in a row, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't even read the first one.
Does your husband like, what does she want?
Yeah, he's like, who's texting you? And I'm like, oh, it's Gabby. She's fine. She's just going crazy right now. And he's like, oh, okay. Normal Gabby.
Well, he's a November Sag, you're a December Sag, so I'm curious about your response to that one. But right now with the Cancers, so June 21st through June 30th, the first decan, that's me. Planetary subruler is the moon, when Cancers are ruled over by the moon, so we're moon children. The second decan is July 1st to July 2nd, which is intensity, is the keyword. And then the planetary subruler is Pluto. And then the third decan, which is July 12th through July 22nd, the keyword is empathy. And the planetary subruler is Neptune. Yo, June Cancers and July Cancers, everyone we know in our family, we're different.
Way different. So different. It's ridiculous. So like, they say the June Cancers are nurturing, emotional, and family focused. But the July ones are the more intense ones, which checks out 100%, and emotionally complex, but they are artistic as hell. And I have noticed that too. Because,
July's?
yeah, stepdad,
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he is.
All of the construction and everything that comes to mind, he's so artistic. It's amazing.
And he knows how to draw quite well, and so does Savannah.
I would say that those two are very artistic in what they do, even when it comes to photography or construction. Like all of the remodels that happened at the house when we first moved into it to where it is now, it was all minus the fact that mom also did all of the designing aspect of it. But God, those two. Put a Cancer, July.
They're both July Cancers.
Oh, fuck, they are. They're crazy.
And then my best friend's born on the same day and her husband, they're a day apart. But
yeah,
I'm just like, all of the July Cancers we're just different.
Cancers in general are different. It's like I'm a magnet to them.
Is it because, yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, you do have a lot of Cancers in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Huh, okay. Let's just sit with that one. Okay, Leo. By the way, Brianna intentionally planned her pregnancy around having all fire signs in the house. I'm sure she'll do it for the next one. But anyways, her son's Leo. He's an August Leo, though. So I'm curious for your response to this one. So the first decan for Leo is July 23rd through August 1st. A keyword is self-expression, and they are ruled by the sun. A second decan is August 2nd to the August 12th. The keyword is expansion, and that planetary subruler is Jupiter. And then the third decan is August 13th through August 22nd, and the keyword there is creativity, and they're ruled over by Mars. You know what? Mars and Leo, that makes a lot of sense. People that have their Mars in Leo in their chart, which is actually where Mars is at right now in the sky at the time of recording, I'm actually here for it. Like, I fuck with it. So you know what, I will say, I do hate on Leo men quite a bit, except my nephew. He's the exception. But a healed Leo man, a Leo man that's older and healed, so attractive. They could get it.
Hey, here, put in an application for Gabby, guys. If you're a Leo man, a healed, older. Leo man, though. Yeah. So it says that July Leos are radiant, proud, deeply loyal, and theatrical. And the August one, what they say about the August Leos is it checks out. Absolutely. They're bold. They're assertive. They're big-hearted. They're fierce, but they're also great leaders, too. So I can see that with my son. Absolutely. He's so assertive. It's ridiculous.
He's sensitive, too, huh?
I think he just plays me like a damn fiddle.
Because his Gemini moon.
It has to be. He's crazy. Love him. Would kill for him. Would die for him. But
they flip.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You've seen it firsthand. We've talked about this on the podcast before. Go away, like, TT. I love you, TT.
Oh, he's like, call TT. Bye-bye, Chichi. That's so
he's
cute.
Wild. I'm curious to know what he's going to be like in his teenage years, in his adult years, and his...
I was telling Brianna, he's going to speak better Spanish than us. It's actually embarrassing.
It is very embarrassing. So both Gabby and I can understand Spanish. I can speak Spanglish if I need to. I can get by. Gabby speaks a lot better Spanish than I do. My kid's throwing out this accent when he says te amo, and I'm like, what?
Where did you pick this up?
What are you doing? When did this come from? And then now that we're moving back down there, mom's only going to speak Spanish to him, so he's going to be speaking Spanish, and Gabby and I are going to be.
I told mom she can redeem herself. This is how she'll redeem herself. But also, like, it's funny, the more that I'm doing, like, my shamanic work, my healing, my ancestral work, I actually really want to perfect my Spanish because I want my kids to do it. Speaking of kids, Brianna, actually, you and I don't think I've shared with Nicole yet. It hasn't just come up in conversation. I'm sure I will. But there's only one other person. You guys, I was, like, by myself, sitting on my couch, watching a TV show, and guess what dropped in? The name of my first son.
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
It's a good name.
Brand approves it. That's how you know it.
Gatekeep that one.
Oh, I'm gatekeeping that one for sure. For sure. Okay, we're going to Virgo. Brianna, right here. This is all you. Okay. The first decan is August 23rd through September 1st. Keywords analysis, the planetary subruler, and actually ruler is Mercury. The second decana is September 2nd through September 12th. Keyword is efficiency, and they are sub-ruled by Saturn. Oh, those Virgos. No wonder you guys are not challenged, but you guys carry some heavy lifting for sure. We appreciate you, Virgos. The third decan is September 13th through September 22nd. A keyword is discrimination, and they are ruled over by Venus. Thoughts? What's the difference between an August Virgo and a September Virgo?
So the August Virgo is sharp-minded, detail-driven, modest, and efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that?
I do, yeah.
And then for the September, I agree with this one too. They're ambitious, they're stoic.
Totally.
They're career-focused, but they're charming and they're aesthetic. I don't know about the aesthetic. I can see the charming, but the stoic checks out.
Well, Dad's born in that one.
I know. That's why I said it.
I think Dad's a good-looking dude.
Absolutely.
I'm just like, and it's probably the aesthetic comes from them being sub-ruled by Venus.
I mean, clearly Dad's a good-looking dude. He
birthed us.
Birthed us. Only we're ugly.
I don't think so either.
No, I'm pretty vain. I think I look good.
Oh no, I'm vain as fuck. I don't even care. I'm vain as fuck. Like, I don't go around wearing much makeup most often because I care about the quality of my skin. But like, if I'm trying to show up,
you do. We look good when we dress up and we do our hair and makeup. We care. We're California 10.
Oh, California 10? I've never heard that. What is that?
You've never heard any of that? When people are like, oh, you're a California 4, you're a California 6. Is it because we live in Silicon Valley?
We don't live in
Southern California. Close by it. But yeah, you've never heard that?
No.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay, I just I've known of it, but I just heard Renaissance titties.
Renaissance what?
Renaissance titties.
Explain, please.
You know how you got a nice set of tits, and so the dress that I wore with the corset that you style for the shoot.
Yeah.
And it's they're supple, they fill it out.
The voluptuous titties. Okay.
The titties, yeah. It has, I don't know, Gen Zs. These Gen Z kids, they have me feeling old, so I don't know, you guys. But all right, we're going on to Libra. All right, the decans of Libra. So the first is September 23rd through October 2nd. Keywords magnetism, and they're ruled by Venus. And the sub-ruler is also Venus for this decan. The second decan is October 3rd through October 13th. Keywords endurance, and they're ruled over by Uranus. And then the third decan is October 14th through October 22nd. Keyword is order, and they're ruled over by Mercury. Interesting. Okay. So what's the difference between a September Libra and October Libra? I think I like October Libras more.
I love October Libras. Yeah, one of my besties is an October Libra. Mm-hmm. So September one is they love beauty, harmony, they're elegant, but they're also diplomatic.
Yeah.
And then for the October one, this one absolutely checks out. They're bold, they're witty, they are verbally sharp, and then they're really sociable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That one checks out 100%.
I think I've come to appreciate Libras. I know I really hated on them in our episode, but they're valuable for sure. They say that they're the strongest sign in the zodiac. I'm like, nah, but okay.
I love Libras. I've always gotten along with Libras.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. FYI, guys, this is.
Can we skip this one?
This is Brianna's favorite sign. Okay, the decans of Scorpio, ruled over by Mars. First one, especially. Oh, actually, take that back. They are okay. Traditionally, they are ruled over by Mars. Conventionally, they're ruled over by Pluto. But both rulers apply. So first decan is October 23rd through November 1st. Keywords integrity, and the planetary subruler for this, according to this book, is Pluto. The second decan is November 2nd through the 11th. The keyword is regeneration, and the planetary subruler is Neptune. And the third decan, November 12th through November 21st. Keyword clarification, and the sub-ruler is the moon. What are your thoughts on Scorpios born in October versus November?
Well, I seem to talk a lot of shit about Scorpios, but I dated a Scorpio, but it just brought character development. I'll take it. It is what it is. I don't hate Scorpios. They just are here to teach me a lesson for character development. That's what I've learned. Mm-hmm. So October ones, they're bold, they're intense, but they're passionate and they're very action driven, which I can see all of that.
Yeah.
And then for the November ones, they're mysterious, they're emotional but guarded, and then they are also intuitive. which is what caught me off because I didn't expect them to be intuitive.
Yeah.
But I can see that because most water signs are pretty intuitive.
Yeah. Scorpios, it's interesting. So many people will say like, oh, they're like the most sexual sign of the zodiac. They're the most like intense. I definitely think they're the most intense, but I actually think they're really sensitive.
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
little Scorpios.
They're very sensitive.
You know what I think of with Scorpios and all of that? I think of the Scorpion in Wednesday. The second trailer, the trailer for season 2 just dropped. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for that too.
Jenna Ortega, shout out. She is from the valley where mom's from.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's from the Coachella Valley.
Oh, cool.
All right. Brianna's showtime.
Yeah.
The decans of Saggies, the Sagittarius. The first one is November 22nd through the December 1st. That's when your husband was born during. The keyword's honesty, and their planetary subruler is, and the ruler is Jupiter. No wonder he loved to spend money. The second one is December 2nd through the 11th. Keyword is drive, so you fall into it, and your ruler is Mars. And then the third decan's December 12th through December 21st, and the keyword's intuition, and the subruler is the sun.
So I'll need your commentary since you are the outside of Tyler and I on this one. So they say the November Sagittarius is freedom-loving, idealistic, truth-seeking, wondrous, overly blunt, and is like a big picture thinker.
Okay.
And then for the December, it's energetic, bold, brave, and more do first, reflect later. But they're also impulsive and more daring.
I 100% agree with all of that. That is you and your husband in a
totally
nutshell. In a nutshell.
Absolutely. When I tell people that we're both Sagittariuses, they're like, how's the vibe there? And it's like, we're way different. Even though we're the same sign, like, we are the epitome of a November Sag and a December Sag.
Totally. Okay, question. Between a Sag and a Leo, because you have that in your house, who runs the show? The Leo or the Sag?
Leo.
The Leo, right?
Leo. Yeah. Absolutely.
They demand attention.
Absolutely.
And they love it. They love being in the front of it.
Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure if he goes into like choir or singing or anything like that, he's going to get a lead role somewhere and he's going to eat it up.
This child is going to be well over 6 feet tall just because that's in his gene pool. He's half white, half Mexican. He's going to speak so like great Spanish. He has blue eyes. I'm like, you are in a pool of nothing but Latinas around you.
No.
I'm like, Brianna.
The doctor says he's going to be anywhere from 6'8" to 7 feet. Tyler's 6'7". I'm 5'2". I'm short. He's going to tower over me by the age of like 5, 6.
Can you still pick him up?
Yeah. There's a reason why I work out, because I carry him.
Yeah, but like there's going to come a day where you can't pick him up.
I know. I always think of I Love You Forever book, the one that Mom always sung to us. Oh, I'll cry. I will cry. Move on. I'm already going to get emotional.
Okay, Brianna she doesn't have a black heart. When she had a baby, everything changed.
It really did.
Yeah. Okay, the decans of Capricorn. Hi, these Capricorns. Okay. I got a lot to say. The first decan's December 22nd through December 31st. Keywords responsibility. Their ruler is Saturn. They are ruled by Saturn. Second decan's January 1st to January 10th. Keyword is fairness. They're ruled over by Venus. And then the third decan is January 11th through January 19th. Keyword is honor, and they're ruled over by Mercury. Thoughts on the difference between December and Jan Capricorn?
So they say the December one, which I can see, is serious, but they're focused. They're built for long-term success, and they're goal-oriented and also responsible. I can see all of that.
Yeah.
That one checks out. And so the January one is they're more charming, they're ambitious, they are driven and emotionally grounded. I don't know about the emotionally grounded. I can see it, maybe.
I think of Mom's bestie, her gay bestie. That's a January Capricorn.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Capricorns.
Love them.
Yeah, you're necessary.
Mm-hmm.
They have some of the best business minds that I've ever encountered in this lifetime, though.
They really do. If you talk to them about anything business, their knowledge with it is insane.
Mm-hmm. And the same for Scorpios. But if it came to a Scorpio versus a Cappy, a Scorpio would win.
Really? I was going to pick the Capricorn.
Scorpio would win because they're ruled over by Mars, and Mars is the god of war and strategy. And I've never met a Scorpio that's poor in business.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
What about Aquarius?
Let's hear that one. All right, first decan, January 20th through the 29th. Keyword is knowledge. They're ruled over by Uranus. Second decan is January 30th through February 8th. Keyword is frankness, and they're ruled over by Mercury, subruler. And the third decan is February 9th through February 18th. Keywords association, and they're ruled over by Venus. You know what? I will say Aquarians, they do have a good, interesting sense of style. But what would you say is the difference between a January and a February Aquarius?
Yeah, I can agree with the style. That's definitely different. So the January one is independent, focused on long-term goals and intellectual. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Mm-hmm. And then for the February one, it's sociably balanced, mm-hmm. more mentally quick. Like their mentality is really quick. They're curious. They're interested in engaging in ideas and engaging with new concepts. Yeah, I can see that. They're very open-minded with stuff.
Aquarians are different. Okay, last but not least, my next. Yeah, actually, Pisces. But when we used to read like the horoscope apps in college, where I was just like, what is this week going to bring me, right? I was just trying to get through my psychology class in my first semester at the time. And I remember reading the horoscope for Pisces. And I was like, I fucking wish I were a Pisces. And now, come to behold, like 12 years later, you are essentially a Pisces. I'm a Pisces, literally double Pisces. Okay, so the first decan is February 19th to the 29th. Keywords imagination, and they're ruled over by Neptune, baby. So Pisces is traditionally ruled over by Jupiter, conventionally ruled over by Neptune. So they're co-rulers. So you would look to where those placements are at in your chart and how they're working with the sign of Pisces in your chart. And it's the same approach for any sign that has two planetary rulers. And that's just important to know. The second decan is March 1st through March 10th. Keyword is compassion, and their ruler is the moon. And then the third decan is March 11th through March 20th, baby. And the keyword is action, and the planetary subruler is Pluto. You know what I just realized? All of those are like basically water planets. Are they really? Neptune, the moon, and yeah, Pluto. Pluto would be more of a water planet, I would think. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's why water signs are highly intuitive. But what's the difference, Bri?
So, funny that you say that. So the February Pisces is dreamy, intuitive, mm-hmm. spiritual, mm-hmm. overwhelmed, but unfortunately emotionally drained.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So Gabby.
100%.
So the March Pisces is more grounded, romantic, focuses on beauty. They're intense, but they're also transformative.
I think that all applies to me. No, even though she's a Cancer. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I can see that. I see a lot of that in you, especially the intuitive, spiritual, and emotionally drained.
Oh man, it's a lot. It's too much. Sometimes I can't even be with myself. But okay, it's true. Okay, tell me, did you know about decans? What did you learn today? I feel like that's what people actually don't know is that there's literally like sub-rulers broken up into 3 for each of the signs.
I didn't know that there was 3. I thought that there was 2 because of obviously the months between them. So that's something new that I learned today. Mm-hmm. What else? Yeah. Other than that, I mean, learning about the differences between the 2 months is pretty informative to me.
And then the tarot cards associated with each one of them. It's wild.
Yeah, the tarot cards threw me off too. I had no idea.
Totally. It's crazy. All of it's connected, you guys. Yeah, there's so much to say. Okay, card pool. The Tarot, the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. It's really pretty. It's like very like, I don't know, like animated. It's very femme.
It is. Yeah, it is. It's also small, so you can shuffle it in your hands again.
If I ever make a card deck, I will be shuffling or taking into account if I can shuffle in my hands or not. Okay, we got 2 cards, and we actually have the Lover's card as one of them, and then the 9 of Swords. So this is choice point. Both cards come to making a final choice and an actual choice being very supportive and very aligned. So if anyone's out there in between making a decision, a big decision, a final decision of sorts, if it's stressful, just know it's going to go the right way. But yeah, the Lovers is a Gemini card, and the 9 of Swords, I forget where this falls in the zodiac, but and which decan it falls into, but definitely associated with it. With one of them.
I also have a tattoo of the Lovers on my forearm.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Uh-huh. How ironic.
Oh my god. It's a sign that Brianna's going to be doing more episodes. What
you guys are going to be hearing my annoying voice more often.
Not annoying. I think
get used to it. Oh, I don't care if it's annoying or not. They don't want to listen. Don't listen. Simple.
We need the numbers, guys. Don't listen.
Just kidding. Yeah, you should listen. I'll change my voice if I need to. No, I won't.
Well, you know they say that your voice changes the more healed you become.
Does it really?
Mm-hmm. Also, have you paid attention to Kim Kardashian from season 1 to season 20-ish?
So you mean when she talks like this?
Yeah.
To where she actually talks normal now?
And then Chloe's like, no, dumber.
Anyways. So which Kardashian do you think you would be? I know which one I would. You really thinking that hard?
Chloe.
You're not Chloe.
Am I Kim?
Yes, you are Kim. You're Kim. I'm a Kendall.
Me and Nicole got into a huge fight about
I remember this.
I was like, she's calling me Kim or whatever the fuck she called me. I don't know. I think I was Kim.
I don't remember what you guys said about me, and I'm like, dude, you guys forgot about Kendall. Like, that is me. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
and I'm more tomboy than anything.
That was so dumb, but I guess I'm Kim. Okay.
You're Kim. You're Kim.
I'm the Kim. All right, whatever. Okay. Until next time, Brianna, that was so much fun. We hope that you enjoyed. Please leave us a review anywhere you listen. Send us some feedback. We are open to taking any type of topics that you're interested in learning more about. And we can't wait for the next one. Brianna, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. That's about it. Brianna McFerrin. Really that easy. Also, if you guys listen to this, let us know on email, text, or whatever, and which Kardashian do you think you would be? Because I really want to know. I feel like that's based off of your personality, and it gives me an idea.
Oh my goodness, I die. Okay, well, until the next time, everyone.
See you later. Bye.